Well guys, that's me off for another wild camp, and this week I have company, my friend Lee, and this is going to be our first wild camp together, so it should be a laugh, and it's good to have some company for a change instead of going solo all the time. So yeah, it's about 9:30 at night. I have my chest bag and my backpack. Everything is quiet and calm. So, I'm just out the city and at our meeting point. I've kept my head torch off because I'm expecting to see his head torch bobbing through the field shortly, or along the pathway. So, I hear someone. I think it's someone else down the river fishing, maybe, night fishing. We'll maybe catch up with them later and see what they're doing. I doubt it. My rucksack there, my food bag there, I'll put my light on and show you better. There's my food bag. Weighs a bloody ton. There's my kit bag. Again, we're having lovely weather through the day, but a bit of cold in the mornings and at night, so hence the wool blanket. There you go, you can see a head torch now. So guys, we've just got to our base camp, and I've just opened my food bag and my apple crumble has burst. But it's not such a big deal, we just changed and we're going to have that for our tea tonight. Well, for our dessert. So as you can see, that my chest bag was quite epically packed, and it actually didn't feel like I was carrying as much as, well, any different from usual. So my kit bag there, it's Lee's kit bag. So we're going to get our fire going, and as you can see, I've moved the bench back last week so that we don't actually burn our legs because the fire gets too hot. Because obviously if you're sitting too close to it, well, you know from a couple of videos ago, my pants full of holes because I almost set my legs on fire with obviously the campfire. So yeah, I'm going to get this bad boy lit and our shelters up and get some food on the go. This is Lee lighting our first night's fire with the Bushcrafters firelighters. And we're lit. Epic, man. It totally makes a change, me not doing everything. Okay guys, so because we have not brought any sort of gas stoves, wood burning stoves or hexamine blocks hexamine blocks with us, so we're completely dependent on the fire for all our brews and everything. So, and obviously all our food. We've got quite a feast to have tonight, so we've still got to get our shelters up. I think we're both hammocking tonight, which we're almost spoiled for choice with the trees to pick. The heat off that fire is awesome, and we've found some really good seasoned wood too, really thick bits. It's going to burn all night. We have our brew on the go. Well, we've been drinking tea for about 20 minutes now. Also, our setups are coming along. I'll show you mine. Just put my little spotlight on. See that shit? Oh yeah. Tonight, I am working from the Nomad hammock and tarp, and it just turns out that the Nomad hammock is identical to the Snugpack one in every way, apart from this pocket's a little bit bigger, and obviously the name is different. This one's a Nomad hammock. Also got the tarp to match. Same setup again as the snug pack. Got my diamond formation tarp, which came with it, and Lee's got an almost perfect. Well, it is perfect. It's probably a lot better than I could do in a tarp setup. I'd have ripped my DD tarp to shreds by now if that was me. He's using carabiners for storm rings, which is an awesome idea. Does the same jobs if you can't get rings. And he's got the Green Hornet, which is brilliant. Say hello, Lee. Brilliant. Right, so for tea tonight, we're having quite a big feast, which I'll bring you guys in on it soon. For now, I'm going to get my sleeping stuff in my hammock. And as you can tell, guys, I have just put my grill on to give it a good old hygienic clean, and you can see the fat from lamb chops and all the other nice tidbits that I've had on this grill before. It's just burning off. Oh yes, you see the steaks. Tonight we are having steaks, fried mushrooms, roast vegetables, corn on the cob, and for dessert we're having chocolate sponge and custard. And I'm going to cook all this bad boy on my perfectly prepared fire pit. I've got all the ash really low down now, so there's very little flames, even though, again, bear in mind, once the steaks go on there, the fat from the steaks is going to create a flame, so again you need to rotate that shit so you don't burn or blacken your meat too much. So I'm going to start preparing this, getting into pots and getting this cooking, and I'll bring you back. And I just wanted to point out this brand shiny new zebra can. It's Lee's, and maybe the first one to use it. Look how shiny it is compared to mine. That bad boy's had some use. I love it. I actually forgot how shiny and new it looks. Lee's done a little modification to his handle so it stays up, because obviously there's a design flaw there. You always got a hot handle and a very black handle too. Right, so I have my vegetables wrapped in tin foil. They're just basically gonna go at the rocks at the side here. I have my mushrooms, again, they're just going to go on the rocks there until I'm ready to cook them properly. Corn on the cob in water. I'm going to boil the hell out of that bad boy. That can go just on the hot ash right there. Sweet. So once that's boiled, I'll start moving these in to get more heat on them. And we have water. Lee's put water on for a brew in his brand new zebra can. It's the first time it's been on the fire. Awesome. I have the chocolate pudding here. I've just wrapped the whole thing in tin foil it's just going to basically warm through with the heat of the fire. And then once all my veg and that's cooked, I am going to cook our steaks. So yeah, back in 5.
Yeah.
Sharp bits of wood.
Aye.
Watch this, isn't it?
Matter how much driftwood it brings in it.
Oh, I know. I mean, these, if you think about it, these big tree trunks here,
Yeah.
they're completely washed
across
it.
the river.
Aye.
There's a fucking like a metal sledge
Aye.
that's been washed up. Must have just been dragged up through the winter.
Awesome. So there we go, guys. We have 2 perfectly cooked medium rare steaks. We have mushrooms, corn on the cob, roast vegetables, and I'm still waiting for my chocolate pudding. I'll just keep on rotating that around so that heat gets through both sides of it and hopefully to the centre. If not, the custard will warm it through. Give it a blast on the heat before it goes on the plate. So I'm going to plate this bad boy up and I'll let you see it when it's finished. So guys, finished product, and you've got no idea how excited I'm about all this. Absolutely awesome. Let's dig in, fella. See this? I've just found the lid of the exploding baked beans. It was all the way over there. That's like 15 feet maybe. About 15 feet. Awesome. And it's obviously warped where the tin blew up. So we just finished and washed up. Have a coffee. And Jay. Lee's made one too. It's catching on. Free lids for everyone. This is totally awesome. I've got a bit of the custard label in my sponge. Okay, so I'm in my hammock now and the temperature has dropped rapidly. Obviously we're away from the fire, and but yeah, it's fairly cold, and I didn't really pack a lot of like stuff for cold, as in hats or shit like that. I just thought it's gonna be nice days. I didn't really think of the nights, but it should be alright. So I'm gonna get some sleep and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Well guys, morning. It's actually very, very cold in the pit, and it's been a frost. I'm just fire's still still good and still got a lot of heat in it, so I'm gonna get it brought up a bit. So that is my setup. That is epic. It's I told you it was cold last night, this morning, and look, we actually have ice on my tarp. That is totally brilliant. I knew it was cold last night. I wasn't cold as I slept, like. Not at all.